So I'm interested to see how this thing's built underneath. With that thing spinning at, what was it, 2,400 RPMs? And how thick that is, it's gonna do some cutting. Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farm, and today I've got a new tractor attachment that is something I've always wanted, and it's from a brand new company that you've probably never heard of. The first thing I want to say right off the top is that this was provided to me to make videos about. I did not pay anything for it. I'm also not paid to talk about it. I've been in conversations with this company for over a year to demonstrate some of their products, and what I want to do today is not to try to convince you if it's any good, because I have no idea if this is a quality product or not. What I want to do is unbox it, set it up, see how it works, try to look for quality problems or features or anything I can learn about it, and just see what we have, then maybe try to use it a little bit. Now, the type of product it is a flail mower. It's a hydraulically offset flail mower. And if you guys follow the channel, you know I have no shortage of mowing attachments. I've got a million different ways that I can mow with different equipment. For me, taking products like this is not really about me needing them. I don't need another mowing attachment. What I need is to make videos that you guys want to watch, and I think attachments like this are a big part of that. So let's try to find out together if this thing is worth having. I've actually got two more tractor attachments here. They're brand new, that are the exact same story. I've got all the tractor attachments I could ever need. And I think this stuff's awesome, and I love having it. But I take this stuff from these companies because I think it provides a service to the viewer. I also really feel like I've been dropping the ball on getting some of my other projects done around here. I'm going to try to get back on the woodshed this week. So when this company originally messaged me, they said, hey, we're an established brand that is trying to come to the US market in the next year. And I looked at what they had to offer, and what I wanted from them was a hay cutter. And I met with them at the National Farm Machinery Show last year, and we talked about some of their hay equipment. And then before that unfolded, I came up with another source for my hay equipment. But that'd be another option whenever I'll put a link to the Farmry website so you can see what they have to offer. And that's something else that they've got, is hay equipment for small tractors. See what we got here. This box says Farmry spare parts. That's always nice to have. They also wanted me to give a review on their ordering process because it's a new website for them in the US. So instead of just sending this to me, they gave me a discount code and then had me order it off their website. And that went pretty smooth. I got all the notifications about shipment that you would want to get, and it arrived pretty quickly. I'd say it was here within a week of placing that order. Woo, doggy, look at that piece of equipment. No matter how many attachments I uncrate, I still get excited every time. She's a Butte Clark First thing I can say about this is it is big, beefy. I mean, these slide rails are huge. These units are made in China, and you can take from that what you will. But one thing we know about imported equipment from China is it's very affordable. And if the quality matches up to what your expectation is, you can get a great deal. Like this giant flail mower is only $2,900 on their website today, which is a great price. So this is a sneak peek of my 3-part series on how to open a crate. This is a little sneak peek for free. It looks like I bolt this piece onto here, and that's how I connect to the 3-point. Let's see here, we got some information. This is the information on the outside of the crate. It is a Farmry for farmer for family. It's farm and family combined, I guess. Specifications, I got the MFSS69. Machine size, this is 74 inches wide by 34 by 34. Working width, this has a 69-inch cutting width. Rotating speed of the cutter shaft is 2,300 RPMs. Tractor horsepower between 50 and 70. It's got 28 hammers. Category 1 or Category 2. It weighs 715 pounds. Rear-mounted mower suitable for 50 to 70 horsepower tractors. Suitable for weed cutting in orchard slopes. Both sides of the road, slightly contoured roads. Dynamically balanced cutter shafts for load stability and smooth machine operation. High strength bolts are used for blade fixing bolts. High quality cast iron gearbox with free wheel. Anti-tangling design of cutter shaft and bearing contact position. Multi-position adjustable side skids for easy adjustment of mowing height, and reinforced hammer blade can effectively crush weeds. Adjustable rear roller with self-cleaning scraper. Baffle protection. PTO driven reinforced hammer blades. Baffle protection. Adjustable rear roller. So you can get information about their products at farmry.com. They've got an address here in North Carolina. There's a phone number if you want to ask them questions. And you can follow their social media links at Farmry on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Alright, so we got our standard tube here with the manual. Now this is a foreign company. Let's see if they give us a good instruction manual. Farmry for farmer for family. Flail mower. Operator's instruction, tractor shutdown safety, use of a safety chain, keep riders off machine, all your basic stuff. Here's the unpacking instructions. Part numbers, everything has a part number here, that's important. I mean, it's no good to you if you can't get parts for it, right? Step 1, install the suspension assembly. That means bolt on the area where you attach the 3-point. Oh yeah, these instructions are phenomenal. Leveling the mower, adjusting lateral positions, page after page. Lubrication parts and correct way to lubricate. Tightening torque on the bolts. How to replace blades. Very nice. Well done, Farmry. So, this thing arrived quickly. It was well packaged. There is a US-based phone number there. I haven't called it. It seems to have come with everything. It's got all the information on it. Like, for instance, we have a plate here with the product type, the model, serial number, the weight of the machine, and the year it was made. So far, I'm pretty impressed with the quality I'm seeing. Now this says, so this says category 1 or category 2, and I can see how that works. At the category 1, it's gonna pick up with this pin right here, which fits in between here. So my category 1 quick hitch will come right in and grab this. But if you got a category 2 tractor, you're gonna come over the outside of the bigger part of this pin. So very convenient when you're dealing with a mower made for tractors between 50 and 70 horsepower. That could very easily be either category 1 or category 2. Now, the smartest thing I could have done is what I did is lift this heavy thing up in the air without the bolts needed to hold it in place. I'm not sure where we're gonna want these hoses mounted, and we won't know until we get it set up. So I guess for now, just gonna loop them over this way. I think all these bolts might go to this one thing right here. We've got 8 holes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So all of the bolts in the bag go to attach this. So I'm gonna go grab a ratchet, get this put on, be right back. What I need to do right now is get it lifted up in the air. The PTO shaft is under it, and I wanna get a look at the hammers. I wanna take the side off and see how this thing's made. Is it chain driven? I assume it's chain driven, could be belts. We'll find out in a minute. So I'm gonna get it hooked up and we'll go from there. So if you guys saw my video the other day about connecting to attachments, you know that this Pat's Quick Hitch is a new thing for me. So I don't know the best routine for connecting and disconnecting, but it feels like my first thought is get the top link disconnected first and then use the quick disconnect arms. So that's what we're gonna try today. The way this is sitting on the pallet is not gonna work. This is further back and the angle on these won't let the quick hitch come in. So I think I need to get it off of this kickstand. The first thing I notice that's negative on this is it seems like the kickstand's a waste of time. Using it is holding this at a funky angle. I think it's also in kind of a weird place. So I think I need to get the kickstand out from under this, and that'll make it a lot easier. Now I'm gonna say, I'm just trying these quick hitches out. I don't know what I think of them yet, but specifically, right now with this attachment, I think it would be easier without it. Because these slide out so easy, and I've got the extendable arms, and I still have to get off to connect the top link. Well, I really wanted to like these, but for what I'm doing right now, they're not working. The angle isn't right. But, you know, I kind of followed the instructions for how to set the angle on them. So I guess I'm taking these off. The same thing I said in my initial review on these is that there are pros and cons to it, and it's too soon for me to give a review. Still is. But with this attachment, that will not fit in here no matter what you do. Now, if you get it at this angle, you could put it on, but your flail mower is never going to be sitting like this. So, now it could be that, because a lot of people use these and love them, and it could be that this flail mower just has a little bit of a quirky design for the space under the pin. It is what it is. But for me, I'm already taking these off, and my quick hitch, I talked about with a regular quick hitch, there's scenarios where I waste a lot of time being quick. And in this case, today, I'm losing time. It took me about 10 minutes to take these off for a quick hitch. All right, let's try this the slow way and see if it's any quicker to hitch. Not too bad, right? Just making sure that I'm routing these lines where they aren't going to interfere with the PTO shaft. I was thinking my angle isn't right. As this comes up, feels like the back should be a little higher and I need to adjust this. But it's going to change that angle whenever I click my extendable arms in. Probably going to actually make it worse. So I'm going to go ahead and shorten this up. I don't know yet how much. See if those arms will just bump back right here. There we go. All right, this is my first attachment from this brand, but it's not my first flail mower. So I'm interested to see how this thing's built underneath. First thing is we've got a nice heavy duty roller right here. It's good. This roller combines with the shoes to kind of set your mow height. Now, if you're new to flail mowers, there are a lot of advantages to them. They give you, even with these hammer blades, a flail mower can come with hammer blades or like a V style, like spring blade. And these are for cutting a little bit heavier material, and the other blades are for more of a fine finished cut. And even with the hammer blades, they will give you a much nicer cut than a rotary brush cutter. I think they said this has 28 blades on it. It has 4 rows of blades, and this row has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 28 hammer blades. And that is a heavy blade. I mean, if you think about it, with that thing spinning at, what was it, 2,400 RPMs, and how thick that is, it's going to do some cutting. Now, I'm telling you that a flail mower gives you a lot nicer cut, but it's pros and cons. It's not all positive. The positive is it gives you that finer finished cut. It mulches the material up better. The negative is it's not going to skim over rocks as well. Like if you are in really rocky ground, I might be more tempted in that scenario to go with a traditional brush cutter. Now, I bragged about how nice that owner's manual was, but I'm not going to look in it. What kind of fool do you think I am that looks at the manual? And actually, I will. I'll read the whole thing before I really use it. But what I want to do right now is just make sure my tractor will spin it, do the hydraulic offset, And first I'll get the PTO shaft on. That should be pretty straightforward. And then we're going to spin it. We're going to hydraulically offset it. And then we're going to do a little bit of light cutting right up here. So anytime you're hooking up to a new attachment, one question is always, is this PTO shaft the right length? Does it need cut? And I'm pretty confident this one does not, because whenever I fully collapse it and then stick it up in here where it's going to go, it has to extend out about 8 to 10 inches to connect, which means it's definitely not too short. All right, looks like it's got a grease point right here. I'm thinking I'd like to pop this cover off and just see what we got under there. This is where 75 springs go in different directions when I take this off, right? All right, we have 3 heavy-duty belts that run this. There's your grease zerk you can hit without taking this guard off. Pretty straightforward setup here. I want to go through the full range of motion, raise and lower it, and look for any spots where the PTO shaft is going to rub, or any hoses are going to rub. And if I don't see any problems, we're going to go ahead and fire it up. And this is why I did that. When you offset the mower that way, you have no issues. When you offset it back this way, this hose is going to hit here. So this hose needs to go under here and across to get to the port on the tractor. So with the hydraulic offset, this can be run over here or over here. But where does it make the most sense to run it? Well, you might have a situation where you need to mow out here past your tire. In that case, you've got to mow over there. But if you don't have a real reason to offset it, the smart thing is to run it with the gearbox directly behind the tractor PTO. You're putting less stress on your tractor running it that way. You know, a straight PTO shaft is going to last longer and create less vibration. My weather app says it's going to rain any minute, but maybe we've got just enough time to mow a little bit of this and make sure everything's working right. Okay, what I learned from that little bit of mowing is I need to extend my top link, because what's happening right now is I'm making contact with the ground with the hammers before the roller's really under contact. So that left a good clean cut. Did a good job. Not a very thorough test. I rarely find a piece of equipment that I don't like, but this seems like a good one. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.